Ike Diaz live with the amazing Lord Help Us Tampa. It goes down. We about to put it in. We have a great live stream in store for everybody tonight. How are you tonight, Sister Helen?
I'm blessed to have another day. Thank you.
Another day in this wonderful paradise that we live in, huh?
Yep.
We're the ones over here talking propaganda.
Okay.
So we have a great night in store for everybody. We're going to talk a little bit about propaganda. The reason I wanted to get into it, I know Sister Helen she had like about 50 topics the other night, and I couldn't talk to her because I was really busy. And I normally me and Sister Helen we'll talk for 3 or 4 hours on different topics, and that night I was just not available, and I apologize to you for that, but I think tonight we can get some of this propaganda stuff off the ground. I know that we've had a few debates on who reenacted propaganda, and I think that we're both right in a sense. I just think that neither one of us could actually right now. I mean, I can't because I've searched over and over for those links.
Right.
So
And I
I
can't
can't do
imagine
it.
I can't imagine it being anybody else but in 2012 being the way that it's being used against the person that you're saying enacted it.
Yeah,
I mean, everything gets blamed on him. So who
yeah.
who who signed that propaganda in the act?
Regardless, no matter what happens, it's going to be blamed on him right now because he is the president right now, and it's going to be blamed on him. No matter what's said and done. I do got to give a real quick shout out to Jimmy. I seen that he posted in the regular comments after we did our live stream last week. So shout out to Jimmy. I hope you can stop by tonight. I hope it's not too late for you, and join us. Join in. He always has great conversation. He always have great topics for us, and I hope it works out okay for him. Ike Diaz live. Lord help us, Tampa. I'm gonna shut one door so that it's not too noisy. Hold on.
Okay, so hopefully we all know that propaganda propaganda is being used. So are we going to sit and watch it all burn down, or are there steps that we can take to get out of the mess? And if anybody's been paying attention in the Bible, all we're doing is watching another empire collapse because of lack of God.
Yeah. Hopefully, I
So
just switched it back to. Shoot. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check. Okay, I'm back on regular. Shout out to
yeah,
everybody who's here, man. It's pretty awesome. Um,
all of the empires that had turned away from God and were doing monstrous things against the Lord and the way He wants us to treat ourselves and others, all of those empires fell. And now here we are, however many years later. That's debatable. And I don't want to get into that debate, but here we are this many years later, and we're the empire that has fallen so far away from God that we're watching it be destroyed right now.
I just want to say
But
hello, Jimmy. He did pop in. I was giving you a shout out because we had missed you on the last live stream, Jimmy. So I know you had posted after we were done. But thanks for being here, man. It's going to be awesome. We're going to talk a little bit about propaganda tonight. So I hope you have a lot of information to bring to the table for us tonight. Um,
But my whole thing is, out of all of these empires that fell because they had fallen so far away from God, there were always people that still kept their head to the sky, kept their eye on God, and they survived the fall of these empires. So it's not like the world is going to end. Everything's going to go on. It's just how you go about it. If you keep feeding your negative thoughts because people won't wake up, like, you think it was easy for those people back in that day to be like, hey, you just gotta follow God. It's that easy. And people just don't want to go. They don't want to turn from their sinful ways, so they're doomed.
In my opinion, it's been going on since the age of old time. I gotta say something real quick. I love you, Robin. I love you, Ike. I love you, Lolita. I love you, Clarissa. I love you, Sergeant Liam. I love you, Lieutenant Josiah. I love Samantha. I love Samantha's family. I love Jordan. I love Jordan's family. I love Isaid. I love Isaid's family. I love Robin. I love Ike. I love Lolita. I love Clarissa. I love Sergeant Liam. I love Lieutenant Josiah. I love Samantha. I love Samantha's family. I love Jordan. I love Jordan's family. I love Isaid. I love Isaid's family. And I think you know why I do that right at 11:14 because it's my birthday. I will be on the screen real quick here just to say hello and see how I look tonight. There I go. Just the natural old me, guys. It's just me. I got to share this out to Mile High Bosses because we've been getting a lot of views from that group. So it's been pretty good. Shout out to Mile High Bosses with the owner, Cristo Garcia. She is a go-getter, and she has really been supporting our live streams, and it's really awesome to know that we have support like that. It is amazing to know. I mean, this talking about this propaganda, this goes back way beyond what we're talking about. We barely got into the conversation of Obama and Trump. We really didn't get into like what you're bringing up right now as far as how far this goes back. This is not something new. This has been around for ages and ages of years. So there's a lot. There's a lot to talk about with this. There's a lot involved in this, and it's, let me share this out real quick for us so we can get us some more. But I really want to say thank you, Jimmy, for being here, man. I know we missed you last time. I don't like to miss our regular guys that help us out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me figure out how to share this again. I forgot. My mind just went blank.
And also, people want to sit and worry about their conspiracy porn. Oh, the U.S. or the UN's going to take over. The UN, the UN, the UN.
That's what I wanted to bring up. Fear porn. I wanted to bring up fear porn tonight. I really did.
If people would take a step back from their conspiracy porn and realize that the only countries that we have a problem with, or they have a problem with us, so they claim, are the only countries that don't have U.S. military bases on them. So look up where there are U.S. military bases in the world, and there's like it's China, Iran, and Venezuela.
China, but I mentioned it to you before. China's in the UN. We're never going to go to war with them. Everybody keeps saying we're going to go to war with them. We're never going to go to war.
You're not getting it. We are the UN.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all part of the UN. So there's nobody going to fight in the UN. Is my point is that I'm trying to make.
My point is there isn't a UN. The U.S. is what they have labeled the UN for everybody's conspiracy porn.
Yeah.
The U.S. is the one. The U.S. is the one that's trying to take over, and now they're bringing U.S. freedom to the U.S.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot to deal with. You know what I mean? Like a lot. Like like we're dealing with more than there's more on our plate than we.
Oh yeah, North Korea. We don't have one in North Korea. Yeah, North Korea is always going to nuke us.
And I have to laugh at that because we don't even know if these bombs are real. Yeah, they have chemical warfare, but these nuclear bombs, we don't know.
Okay, somebody that I have been listening to for a very long time. I didn't always agree with him, and I don't always agree with him. But if you agree with somebody 100% of the time, then you're just being to them.
Definitely, we've had this conversation several times.
But he spoke to quite a few of his friends in the military, and they informed him that the U.S. does not make anything that they don't use. So I highly doubt that there's nuclear bombs sitting somewhere just not being used. And it makes perfect sense when you put it that way, because why would we make something that we're not going to use?
You know what I just noticed, and I'm gonna fix right now. Hopefully, I can do it this time. Jimmy doesn't have a wrench, or does he have a wrench?
Oh, hi Jimmy, hi Gina.
I'm gonna give Jimmy a wrench real quick because I thought he had a. My bad, Jimmy. I thought you always had a wrench. I don't see last. I think they're taking away wrenches because I was almost sure that there was a wrench last week for. I mean, the last couple times Jimmy's been on, there's been a wrench, and I don't know how to take wrenches away, so you can't blame that on me.
I don't know what YouTube's going through, because used to, when you would go at somebody on the computer, it would pop up. You just had to do the first two letters and pop up that name, and you could highlight it. On the phone, you have to spell it out. So I had the laptop open, and I tried to do it, and it wouldn't let me. So
No, this is one thing this is one thing I know. Jimmy has had a wrench, so I don't know why Jimmy's not. I don't know why there's not a wrench for Jimmy right now. I can't tell you that because I know for a fact Jimmy's had a wrench because I personally gave it to him. Jimmy, you're gonna have your wrench again right now, man. I apologize. I don't know what happened here.
All right, it popped up for me that time.
What was it? Did you give him a wrench?
No. I when I was waiting on the show to start, I tried to do the @ on my laptop so I could highlight the people's names, but it wouldn't give me the list of people.
Jimmy, say something real quick so I know that you got your wrench, man, because you've had your wrench before, and well, last week we had the same problem too. Um, one person, the other people, I was not for sure because they changed their name, but one of the people there I know had a wrench for sure, and they didn't have a wrench this last time they went on. So I just want to make sure that you have your wrench. So we're gonna get into propaganda tonight. Okay, cool, Jimmy. Thank you, man. You've had a wrench before. I know you have. My speakers are overpopulating. I don't know why. I don't know why my speakers are overdoing. And okay, there's the share button right there. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to shut that door. She's washing the dishes right now. My daughter's been here and had the baby over today. He is so big. Wait till you see him, Sister Helen. You're gonna be like, this guy is a monster. He got it from you. He is really that big. Let me shut this door because I can hear all that noise. Did you hear that in the background? The dishes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. should be good now. I go through 80 million changes when we're trying to go up. When we're going live, I have 1,000 million changes going on.
What'd you think of the picture of paradise I sent you?
Paradise, remind me, because
I sent you the GPS with the land up in the woods.
oh yeah, it was beautiful. I looked at that right away. That was the first thing I looked at. I don't know why I forgot what you were talking about right now. Yeah, oh yeah, that's really nice. And that's the picture. That's the picture where the Ozarks are at, right? That we're talking about.
It's close to Apalachicola.
Okay, okay. Kathy's here tonight. Kathy, shout out to Kathy. I just noticed that she was in the house tonight too. I didn't say hi to her.
Yeah, I think the two that I tried to at weren't in the room anymore, and that's why it wouldn't let me do it.
Add as far as a wrench?
No, I tried to say hello to them, and I put at, and normally on the laptop you can just type in the first couple letters and it'll pop their name up.
I just saw Kathy in the room. Maybe she's not here no more. I just saw her name, so maybe she's not in the room no more. So let's get into this this propaganda thing. Take me back to your origins of how far you go back in it, and then I'll go back as far as I can remember, because I know World War One, World War Two, they were using propaganda. I know this, and that's from even recent research. Vietnam, they used propaganda on us, of course. So I know you could go back a little further than I could. You have a little bit more experience and a little bit more knowledge on that. So go ahead and drop what you got on us as far as that goes. You know what I'm saying?
As far as like I can remember back then, and now I know what's going on. Is that
like how far back could you remember the propaganda being used? I'm not talking just in America. I'm talking about in other countries and other. And I know you bring up the UN right away, that everybody's a part of it. I understand that same thing, so I'm not going against that grain. What I'm talking about is.
Okay, I remember them starting to run psychological operations on me when it was, I believe it was Barbara Bush, just so you know.
Yeah.
When they started the whole war on drugs.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the next thing, I was in 4th grade, and this actually all started around the same time, as a matter of fact. Oh my goodness, because I was in 4th grade when I had my Just Say No shirt that the schools were pushing, the public schools. Oh,
yeah.
wow. And then I remember freaking out because I saw that fake-ass CNN report from allegedly Iraq when it was just filmed in the studio. So yeah, after Reagan got out of office, that's when shit got scary.
Will you be a
Yeah, definitely. Reagan, I know people get mad at me, and my mom got mad at me because I thought Reagan was a good president. And my mom got mad at me because she was saying that he was taking away rights, just like any other president was taking away our rights, our freedoms, and especially to the poor people, and giving incentives to the rich people. And I said, well, hey, at the time in my mindset, I'm like, while he's trying to get people off their butt and get out there and go to work and work for a living and make their money. You know what I mean?
Reagan had morals. So I can see where you're coming from. If you want people to get up and work for what they think that they're entitled for, he was absolutely right. Because look at the nation now.
Yeah, everybody. I always say dude. I didn't mean to say dude to you, but everybody thinks it's a free ticket. It's not a free ticket. When you got somebody like me who goes in I'm not complaining. When you go at 4 and you don't get home till midnight, something's not clicking right there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't say that I'm bragging about it. I'm just saying that something's a little off center there. Yeah, you know, it's by my decision too. It's by my decision. It's not.
I was just about to say it because you have become so accustomed to things, and paying for them is the only way you can keep them. So you got to work that hard to be able to make that money, to be able to have your lollies and your fancy pants.
I know, but we all go back to where God gave us light. He gave us shelter. He gave us food. We all go back to that. It's nothing new. It's not like we're just making that up, Sister Helen. We all do that. We all go back to that same. I don't even know where it is in the Bible, but I just know that it says that in the Bible that this was given to us, and now it's taken away from us. You know.
Nothing's being taken away from us. There's still land. There's still soil. There's still livestock.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody's sinful pleasures are being taken from them. Everybody's idols are being stripped from them, and they can't take it. It's too painful.
I'm glad that okay. I did have an idol. I did have growing up as a young kid. John Alley was the best thing in the world. You know what I mean? And I regret that now. I totally regret looking up to John Alley like I did. Now that I know what the world is and what he is, I regret looking up to John Elway. I thought he was the greatest thing in the world. I was going to be just like John Elway. And
having a role model and having an idol are two different things, though.
Yeah, but you as far as I'm concerned, you could put me in both classifications there.
Did you look at him like he was going to save the world?
What's that? Sorry about that. I missed you.
Did you look at him like he was going to save the world?
Yeah, I did. I thought he was going to run for mayor, for governor, for the presidency. I still think he is. In my opinion, I still think he is going to do those kind of things. And that leads back to propaganda because they're putting that in our head, and everybody will vote for this guy, you know? And he's right around the age of getting into politics. You know, he's still running the NFL. He's really still running a football team. But as far as him going into politics, it's so easy to make that move, you know?
Okay, I remember who John Elway is now. It's Cartman's father. I knew the name sounded familiar, but I didn't know where I knew it from. Now I know where I know it from.
You there, Sister Helen?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm still over here trying to adjust things. My son just got back from Kansas last night, and he went tonight to go pick up his mother-in-law the airport, and he's still not back yet. So I'm kind of running back and forth, wondering what's going on. So he should be home. Maybe it's the same because he got in like about 10:30 last night, and so hopefully maybe it's the same thing. I'm not for sure, you know. So I know you're gonna say RFB's number one fanboy. He talks about a general that was approached by these big corporations, and I consider this propaganda. Approached by these big corporations for these corporations to take over the military when he was a high-ranking general. And I know you were at a high point of listening to RFB at this time. Um, how do you feel about that situation?
I don't remember it, and
He had a weird name. It wasn't like Benedict Arnold, but it was something similar.
I'm so over YouTube that it's not even funny. Like,
I know you're on to bigger, better things. I know, I got you on that one.
well, like anybody that does anything on YouTube, they like clip out certain parts and they can speak freely on DLive.
Yeah, that's one thing that excites me about DLive is because over here we're like constantly looking over our shoulders because we don't know what we can say and what we can't say. You know what I mean? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going through that, and you watch me go through that. You watch me going through like what I could say, what I can't say. We're calling 5757. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, we're calling virus 33, virus 33. You know, there's a bunch of stuff that we're doing.
Right, but you guys have Stockholm syndrome. You don't want to let go of your captor.
Oh, the reason I've been wanting to talk to you all week too. I know we got to get back to propaganda, but I was demonetized completely this week. I forgot all about time. I forgot every time I talked to you, it was like for 1 second because I was like just getting home, ready to go to sleep, or just getting to leave. I was completely demonetized. I had to go through all the process to get remonetized. But I'm lucky, like for some reason we have a lot of good listeners, and they listen for a lot of hours. So like you know, people try to get 4,000 hours in a year. We get 4,000 hours in 2 or 3 months. So, but as far as them demonetizing me, I have no clue on why they demonetize me. Like completely. You always say, you always ask me, did they demonetize your whole channel? I always say no. They only demonetized this video, that video. They demonetized every video. Everything was off. But yeah, let's get over to DLive. I don't know. See, I still want to work it out to where we. My goal is to like live stream from here, there. You know what I mean? To live stream to like 4 or 5 different places, like the other platform I have does. I could live stream to several places, to YouTube, to all these different places. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know how to do it through StreamYards because StreamYard wants the big money to be able to stream on multiple platforms. It's the little upraise just to get on another platform.
I thought it was only $20 a month to do that through StreamYards, from my understanding. That I could be wrong, I guess. Because after looking into it, because it even says it streams to D Live. But you're telling me that D Live only holds it for 48 hours unless you move up if you move up to your package or whatever.
Right.
So
The StreamYard records it, doesn't it?
it records the what?
StreamYard records the video, does it not?
Yeah. Where D Live don't, it's only vocals, it's only a podcast.
Right. DLive is only going to hold it for 72 hours unless you become a partner, and then it'll hold it for 30 days. And you need 200 followers to apply for partnership.
Shout out to Gotham City Inc. Hello, how are you this evening? You're up pretty late. That's awesome, man. Thank you for being here. I know it's kind of late for you. I know you usually, when I go on in the daytime, I know you're usually around in the daytime, but thanks for being here. See, it's so cool when we get people like, when people jump in that are just haven't been here for a while, especially like if we go on late or early. I get so excited. I'm like, I'm just a big kid. I'll be honest with you, Sister Helen. But we get into some deep conversations. That's what's so weird about us. You know what I mean? Like on the outside, you would think we're just like really funny, like we just want to have a good time, talk about these topics. But when we get down to it, we really talk about some really good stuff. You know what I mean? Like we really get into a lot of detail. Hey, Gotham City Inc. Please, oh, that's cool. That's cool. Please put your link in the description, man, so I can get people over to your channel, man.
So I got that honey in the mail, and
Oh, okay.
I've been trying it out, and it's really, really good. I've got to like keep it away from myself because you're only supposed to take a couple drops a day.
Like the spoons or the forks, I always mix it up. My bad, but I just can't wait to get it. I know I was supposed to get it last month, but I just didn't have it, so I'm getting it this month for sure. So if you don't know about these spoons or forks, go ahead and explain to them a little bit real quick, Helen.
They're tuning forks.
Tuning forks. I always say spoons. My bad.
The lady that wrote the book, it's called Tuning the Human Biofield. And they've been working great for me. I call it great because everything was I had poison just pouring out of me. But so I've been continuously using them. It has stopped, and then I got the honey because the honey is made with shungite, and then it's infused with a shungite powder, and it's raw, unfiltered honey, and it's supposed to help with bad frequencies. I'm on a frequency trip.
Yeah, you're doing a lot of changes, but you're doing changes that are good for. I feel like they're really good for you because I think that's going to help you in the long run as far as health wise, and I feel the same way for myself once I start getting into what you're getting into because I really don't want to say it here, but I will because I'm not too worried about nothing. Homeopathic people are so afraid of it because of all the stuff that's went down with it. You know what I mean? Like I said, they used to be on every corner here in Colorado, and then they just shut all that stuff down. They just completely shut that down.
Yeah, well, like everything lets off a frequency, whether we know it or not. Like even pictures let off a certain frequency, and colors let off a certain frequency. And how did God create everything? He said, which is a frequency. It's all frequency based. And I'm pretty sure that's how they built the pyramids, with a certain frequency. They didn't drag 100-ton stones across the desert and put them in precise place with elephants. Come on, man. And bumblebees aren't scientifically able to fly with their wings. No, because they create a frequency and they levitate. They use their wings for direction. So frequencies is what's being held from us. And
I could talk a little bit about that real quick, because I believe in the frequency, because we know it's available. We know we know it's already been established that there was frequency throughout history. But I'm still not going to deny the fact that there was giants and titans, and I know we talked about this several times. And I'm gonna stick with it. I'm not saying I believe in Bigfoot or anything like that. I'm just saying that there was giants and titans.
right, I'm not denying that, but still, the size of those stones, it's not like a giant's gonna be able to drag them. Just the story's ridiculous. And they try to make it overlap for that reason, because it was just frequencies. They could have made the stones right there,
Excuse me.
used the frequency to lift them up, and scooted them over with their finger. Plop.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my cousin Danny just texted me right now, and to join in, but I kind of have to give him the topic of propaganda, because the reason why propaganda has been such on my mind, because it's kind of okay. 2012, I agree with you. That was put in effect. Okay, we know that it's in paperwork, but my whole thing is, why is it so hard? That reenactment that was signed in 2019 by Trump. Why is it so hard to find? Why is it being hidden? Just like you take Trump's all his flat Earth information, it got all erased. Everything got erased.
I don't know. I don't watch school.
Okay, so here's what I want to get. I know you got a lot to say about propaganda, but here's kind of what I have to say about propaganda. Okay, so there was this. I know you heard this story. There was this guy who was in. Yeah, my cousin wants to join in with us for a few minutes. There was this guy who moved to North America or South Korea or North Korea, the bad place. I guess it's the bad place that everybody.
The one we don't have U.S. base in.
Yeah, something like that. So what they did with him was they used him as propaganda. They said that he was the president of America. That's what started making me think. They said that he was the president of America, and he would make threats against them. So that's why I started thinking, wow, this propaganda thing is really serious, because if you got some actor doing that to this country, how many countries are doing that? Are we doing that? You know what I mean? I'm starting to think that the guy that took over for South Korea or North Korea, I always mix it up. I wonder if he is just this. If he's a complete actor. I wonder if it's real. I've thought about this several times. I may have heard this somewhere else. I may have, but I wonder if this guy is real. If he's just an actor. What if he's based here in America and they just, they have so much technology that they could just like put all these different things together, And I've thought about this over and over and over. What do you think?
I think that they put all of this crap out to muddy the waters, to get people involved, and it puts them on a lower frequency, a lower vibration. I'm not on that frequency any longer. I know what they do. I know how they do it. I keep an eye on them, but I don't get involved with the whole, oh, what if, and adrenochrome and pedophiles and
You're bringing us back to frequency during propaganda, right? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, it's keeping us all in a low frequency.
And that's what their whole plan is. If they keep us in a low frequency, we can't retaliate. We can't fight against them. And then what's really upsetting here is that you have a guy who tells us over and over, it's too late for a revolution. It's too late for a revolution. Now he's telling us, oh, the revolution has started. They already started. The military, the militias and all that have started. Wait a second. For 5-6 years now, you've been telling us it's too late for a revolution. That time will end. So it's starting, I start to question a few things once in a while, I'm not the best at questioning things because sometimes I'm gullible. I admit it. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not gullible at certain things, but when you got a guy who tells you it's too late, is it too late? Because there's a revolution going on. Here's the other thing is, the other problem we're having is that my mind just went blank again. Come on, work with me here, Helen. Usually can fill in my sentences.
You said, is it too late? But the whole part in trying to overthrow a government is the fact that somebody's going to have to take that place. So instead of trying to overthrow them, let them have their burning empire and get the fuck out.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point of us going off grid. I think about it so much. Do you know how nice it would be? And a shout out to everybody who's listening. Do you know how nice it would be to step away from technology? I've thought about it over and over, and I'm like, man, it'd be so amazing to step away from your phone, to not look at your phone every 2 seconds to see if you got that endorphin rush, to see if that person called you that you've been waiting on.
This place is so out in the middle of nowhere. It doesn't have an address.
That's what I'm looking at. You remember that TV show where the guy lived in the mountains and he had a pet bear? What was that show called? It was before we were probably born, but we saw reruns of it.
I don't know.
And he had an Indian friend that lived out there with him. It was pretty. I can't remember what the name. Gotham City Inc. Do you remember? Or who else is here? I think Jimmy's still here. Jimmy. I think Gina's a little too young for that one.
But in the meantime, while I'm getting everything ready to make the move, I've got my grow light and I've got some lemon and lime seeds planted right now. I want to make sure that the grow light works out before I plant any of my heirloom seeds and get them going.
So Jimmy and Gotham City Inc. and Kathy, if you're still here, do you how do you three feel about going off grid? Is it something that interests you, or are you just like used to the city life? Is what I'm trying to get at. I was trying to say it nicely because I was gonna say it rudely. The city life.
Lollipops and fancy pants.
That lollipop. There goes your guy. I didn't want to bring that up, but I finally caught up with RFB, and he kind of just went off on him today.
Really?
Yeah, he kind of went off on him. Like I like both guys, so I really can't say nothing. I'm not gonna come between either one of them.
That's why he does what he does. He's a freaking entertainer, and that is entertainment, if you ask me.
Yeah, they're both entertainers, to be honest with you. That's why I say anybody who does this, they want to be famous. Like I'll be honest with you, I want to be famous. I'm not gonna sit here and just blow smoke at anybody. I want to be a famous person. You know, I was already famous once in my life. Why can't I be famous again? There's nothing holding me back from being famous. You know.
I don't want to be famous. I want to be happy.
Yeah, happy and content with your life. You know what I mean? And I know we've talked about like Owen Benjamin talking about start your family and do this and that. Like I said, I already did all that. Like
that doesn't stop you from helping other people with children, and that doesn't stop you from going and growing your own food and getting your own eggs and slaughtering.
Yeah, but if we're there if we're there like a community, that will work because we all care about each other. You know what I mean? But
Right.
if you're out there by yourself, it's just not going to work. And trust me, I tried it already. So yeah, if we're a community out there and we're putting it all together and we're helping each other succeed, and we're pushing each other to make this work. Yes, I believe in it. But as far as trying to do it by yourself, it don't work. Cause I did it, and it didn't work. It was hard. It was a headache. It was a headache to go through all that. To be honest with you, but I know it could work. I know for a fact it could work. You get the right people that really want this. You got to have the people that really want it. You can't have fly by night people like, oh yeah, this sounds like a great idea, and in 2 weeks they can't handle it no more. You know what I mean? It has to be a rugged person who can handle living out in the Ozarks. Let's put it like that. Oh, there goes your brother Daniel Che.
And
I'm gonna add him in real quick.
there's the Bertaria map.
You're live on Ike Diaz Live. Lord help us, Tampa, and Daniel Che from Badajoz Brothers TV and Podcast. This is the Ike Diaz Live show, so you know we keep it clean. We're talking about propaganda tonight. And we're talking about going off grid with Lord help us, Tampa. She has some property up in the Ozarks that I'm pretty excited about. What's going on, brother Danny?
What's up, man? What's going on today?
Living the life, man. We got Gotham City Inc. in the house. Gotham City Inc. We got Gina. We got Kathy's in the house. We also have I said Jimmy, right? Jimmy, my buddy Jimmy. Who else was here? There was a couple other people here, but and then of course Sister Helen's here. Oh, Trent's up in the house with us too.
Come in. What up, buddy?
You're on a live stream, man. You can't be helloing people over there. What's up? What's wrong with you, fool? So give us. Me and Helen are sitting here talking about propaganda. Give us your take on propaganda while we're here, while we got you on the air.
Just a whole bunch of phony ass stuff that they like to put out to scare folks. Just a whole bunch of false information they like to put out to scare people.
And do you think it's just happening in America, or you think it's happening across this flat plane?
Oh, it's across this earth.
Yeah, you almost caught yourself there, huh, Buster? Well, according to Sister Helen, you know, we believe in the UN, and there's 47 countries in the UN. You know, it's America. America runs it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, Sister Helen, where's your take on that? Where do you see that going in the future?
What?
Where do you see that propaganda as far as the UN going in the future?
I think that the whole UN narrative is propaganda. I don't believe that there is a UN. The UN is the US, is what I was trying to tell you.
Somebody just jumped in. Educate Moss, I think. I don't know who that is. But hello to you. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you're in the FE community. Sometimes I don't know if they're in the FE community. Sometimes they just stop by to say hello. You know what I mean? So I'm saying hello to them. So, well, we know this UN's been around since what, the 70s or something, the 60s or something. Danny already popped out. He couldn't even handle a round with us. There he goes. He popped back in. I said you couldn't even hang around. You couldn't even hang around with us, dude. One round. Well, you always have a good opinion on propaganda. Well, spit your game on how you feel about your opinion.
Propaganda.
We all have our theories on it. We all have our theories. Like Helen has her own theory. I have my theory. You have your theory. What you said? I can't hear you. You might have to pop back in, pop back out.
Now you can hear me.
Okay, there you go. Go ahead. Well, explain to me what you're thinking on it.
No, propaganda information is false information put out to the people by the politicians.
By politicians just in America, or politicians throughout this flat plane?
Every country puts out propaganda. Hitler was one of the greatest propaganda dudes.
I started with as me and Sister Helen were talking. I started with North Korea, right, Sister Helen?
6 million does sound a little high to me.
What's that?
6 million does sound a bit high to me.
6 million what? If you don't mind me asking, I didn't get that. I'm sorry.
He said that they did big propaganda with Hitler.
Hey, Susan McCormick is in the house. Hello, Susan. Good to see you. It's been a while. Thanks for stopping by. You're awesome.
Why ain't you got your camera on?
My camera was on for a minute there.
Trying to hide your beautiful face.
I know, because I'm so good looking. I'm so good looking. Yeah, Sister McCormick's in the house. It's cool. It's cool to see her. It's been such a long time. I don't know if you saw Brother Cartoon Ball went on the other day, Sister McCormick. I don't know if you saw that. I think about a week ago he went on. I didn't get to catch the live stream. I was there, but nobody was there. I know it's been a while since I've seen you, Sister McCormick. It's cool. Tonight we're talking about propaganda. The best way we could, the best way we can explain it to you in our theories, because everybody has their own theory on propaganda. Oh, are you talking about the when Cartoon Ball went on? Yeah, I missed it somehow. Sister Helen said she was there. I'm gonna check something real quick, guys. I'll be right back. Go ahead and take over for a second, Sister Helen and Brother Danny, and I'll be right back.
What's up, Danny? We got dead air.
What's happening?
Shit. I need to be doing that same damn thing.
That'll wake you up.
I tried to explain to Ike how we're just witnessing another fall of an empire.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Right, and every empire since the beginning of time has fallen when they turn their morals off and stop thinking that there's a God.
True.
So we're just witnessing it, but there's always people that survive the fall of those empires, so we can sit and watch it burn, or we can get the hell out.
Yeah. Where did Isaac go?
He's of course a rapper who has a lot of leverage because his brand is very much in demand. His earning potential is out of this world, and his label knows that. That's why they declined that offer he gave them. Now, Coda the Friend is a rapper I've talked about in the past. Now, this guy right here is as independent as we can possibly be. He did an interview back in May where he had a really good perspective on why he's still independent. You've remained completely independent since your initial release. Is there anything that has fueled your decision to not sign a major label deal? Well, I enjoy my freedom. I also want my kids to inherit my master's and publishing. I'm trying to put my kids through private school, not some label executive kids. That time is coming to an end. I'm not giving up my hard work to a label so they can benefit from what I've been forced to build on my own. I made it this far, so I might as well keep going. Now, whoa, that's the kind of response, and most importantly of all, mentality I can't do nothing but salute Coda the Friend for. This is a rapper who's made up.
Hey, what's that? What's that playing in the background, man? We're gonna get a copyright strike. Danny, are you playing that in the background? We're gonna get a copyright strike, man.
All right.
You can't be playing that in the background, dude. How long did you play it for?
Just a couple seconds. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing that's copyright.
Trust me, they copyright everything on me now, dog. They hit me for everything. Yeah, we're having a good live stream, man. I don't want to lose it. So, Sister Allen, you still there?
Yep.
So, we got Sister McCormick in the house. We got Gotham City Inc. still here. Mary's here. We got a good little group. Jimmy's here. I know Jimmy. He's back and forth at work. Kathy hasn't been here for a while, but hey. So let me get into this just a little bit more before we've already been on an hour. I was asking Sister Helen to take us back on propaganda as far as she can go back, and this is before JFK, this is before Obama, this is before Reagan, this is before Carter. You had mentioned something a while back about propaganda, Sister Helen. Could you repeat that on the air, or how do you feel about that?
I don't remember the psychological evaluations until Reagan, because Reagan was pronounced president the month after he was president-elect the month after I was born.
Yeah.
It wasn't until old Poppy Bush got in the office that all the propaganda started being played.
And they went after it when he went into office. Yeah, whatever it was that you were playing, Danny, it hit me already. Damn it. It's all right, no big deal.
I couldn't even understand what it was saying. So how did they couldn't have hit you?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I got an email from him right now saying, and that's the only thing I was saying. But it's all right. Don't worry. I'm gonna fight him. I'm gonna fight everything that they're doing. I'm just gonna fight him. I decided not to fight him no more, but then I'm just gonna keep fighting him because if I don't fight him, then I lose anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just keep fighting them every time they Mile High bomb on me.
Yeah, because it's a bot that's doing it, so it's not a human that's doing it. And if humans looking over it, they'll see that it's not. And
Yeah, you couldn't even understand what was going on in the background. How could they hit
When
you?
I got on, I heard perfect what they were saying, dude. When I got back on, I heard every word they were saying.
What were they saying?
I don't remember now, but I heard perfect everything they were saying. It was one of those stupid news CNN reports that you listen to that you get programmed.
Wrong. Not even close.
This is not Barajas Brothers TV and podcast. You gotta hold it down, dude. More professional. You already know. If we were on that, we'd be talking all kinds of mess. Sister Helen laughs at us because we talk all kinds of mess on that one.
I haven't said nothing wrong.
What time you going to bed tonight, dude?
I just woke up.
Okay, I just want to let everybody know we live on a flat plane, and we have a lot of different theories of what could have all happened. Yeah, we tie a lot of things back to CERN. We tie a lot of things back to just different things that have gone on, and we will never know until we get to meet Jesus. You know what I mean? Through we pray to God through Jesus. You know, and Sister Helen's been coming up with a lot of great theories, like you don't know when we do get a chance to talk on the phone. Sister Helen has probably the best theories that I've talked to anybody about because her knowledge is just she just brings a lot of knowledge. I just wish that she would bring all her knowledge when we get on the air, Sister Helen.
you have to tell me specifically because I searched through so many different things. Because I don't like to sit in the echo chambers and just keep talking about the same thing over and over and over again. Once I figure it out, I'm like, okay, and I move on.
Yeah, and that's what happens a lot. A lot of things just get rotated, and it's all a retread. Like everything we talk about is retread. And I try to stay away from that. I try to stay away from the retreads. So I try to move on with everything. Just like tonight, we have a good friend who will want to come on, but we already know what he's going to want to talk about the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just like, and I think it was a bot attack on my Facebook account because
yeah.
I tried talking to some of the people and like their responses weren't like human responses. So I went through and I deleted I think I got tired of like 100 something and stopped deleting them. I got to keep deleting them.
If you don't mind me saying, Helen, Sister Helen got a raid tonight, but she thinks they're mostly bots. When I got a raid of over 1,000 people, and they were all in the FE community or the Truth community. So I don't know who sent them all over. So I know the feeling, but mine I didn't mind because it was truthers,
Somebody who will remain nameless messaged me and said that they had gotten friend requests from a couple of people in Nigeria, and the only mutual friend that they had that between her and them was me.
Yeah.
And and I get screenshots of it. And I told her that I didn't know what was going on. I just started getting these friend requests out of nowhere. So I was accepting.
Yeah, it's
I
just
was,
it's just
so
not
I was
fair.
accepting it. And then when I kept getting them and kept getting them and kept getting them, I went to go back and write that person like an adult and communicate with them to tell them that I keep getting like people still keep coming in and I'm not accepting them anymore, but just in case you get it, this is why.
Yeah.
And I go back to type that message like an adult, and I have been blocked from that person. I could no longer communicate with that person, which shows you how childish some of these grown woke people are.
So trash bag fashion lovers in the house. Hello, how are you doing? Thank you for stopping by. See, we're getting a lot of people stopping by. Like the last two live streams, we've had so many people stop by. It's pretty cool. So
That's because E40 is your sponsor.
E40 is my sponsor.
I know. I just saw a video just came on. It says E40 on how he met Tupac. Pac showing up to practice, looking good.
And then you know what happened.
Don't even start. Don't start.
Sister Helen's gonna get mad too because she's in love with Tupac too. She's like you. She's all in love with him.
I had a childhood crush on him, and I recognized the talent that he had as far as lyrics went.
Oh yeah, even my dad recognized the talent that he had. My dad hated rap to the fullest, but then when I played him Tupac's music, he listened to Tupac's music and he realized the lyrics and the things that he would talk about.
Yeah. I admired his talent, not.
Ike Dog be jealous of him.
I'm
I
not.
know.
Man, why is this distorting?
Ike is obsessed with Tupac being raped. I don't know if it's some homo fetish that he's got or what.
Wow! On blast! I'm Ike Diaz live.
Hey!
What happened here?
That's not what I said. That's what he said, and that's what his producer said. So you don't mix me in that. Like, I'm just mirroring
his producer and whoever said it. Why you keep repeating it?
I'm not. I'm just. Hey, it was. I'm mirroring what was said by him and his producers. So that's where I'm going to leave that conversation right there.
You regurgitate it every single time Tupac's name is brought up.
Well, Helen, what you don't know is me and my cousin, we go through the same thing with Too Short and E40 because they both been through the same thing.
But we know deep down inside, Ike Dog secretly he loves Tupac.
I think Tupac has great music. I'm not going to deny it. And when people always say, "Oh, you can't name more than two Tupac songs." I can name like 50 Tupac songs because he has some good music, especially him and Snoop Dogg. Him and Snoop Dogg made probably the best music ever on Death Row.
Nah,
the best music that ever came out on Death Row was with him and Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, because that's all Death Row had.
Yeah. Come on, man. Let's get off that because that's on Ike Dog Music. That's a whole different live stream, dude. Let's get back into our theoretical. Let's be like Albert Einstein with just theories. That's all he has is just theories. Nothing he's ever put out.
Has. That's what everybody has is just theories, unless you've done on-hand practice and you've actually done some of that straight scientific work and had a rocket. It's all theories.
Nothing Einstein has ever done has been, besides stealing people's patents, that's the only thing he's ever done.
Like flat Earth, that's just a theory.
Just like round Earth, that's just a theory. They can't prove it. There's no way to prove round Earth. Man, is he going to the bathroom on camera? I forget we're not doing Barajas Brothers TV and podcast right now. We're talking about mainstream. So remember, everybody, I just want to drop scripture on you guys really quick. Is Ephesians 6, 10 through 14, guys. So always, if you get a chance tonight before you go to bed, please get into. I'm gonna be getting into it tonight. Ephesians 6, 10 through 14. I'm not trying to preach to anybody. I'm not trying to because we do have a lot that we're heading towards that we have to stick together and we have to bond and we have to show that we support each other because with everything that's going on in this world, I mean 7 people got killed last night in Denver. You know, I'm not. You know, it's I know Sister Helen lives in Florida, and that's an everyday thing in Florida. Like, but Colorado, it's not like that, and this is happening every other day. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we got to send prayers out to these families that are losing their loved ones. You know, and I'm glad I live in suburbia. I live in a gated community. I'm grateful. Susan, that's awesome. That's awesome. Ephesians 6 is my favorite. Like, you can ask Sister Helen. I posted it on my wall too, on my Facebook wall too. I think we're friends on Facebook too. If not, I'll search you out on there.
I'm grateful I live in the hood because I went to suburbia and I was texting you that day. The vibration was just too low, it's getting to me. And then when I got back home, it was like everything was back to normal. People weren't freaking out about a mask. And when I went to the post office, nobody was freaking out because I went to the post office over by my house. So
yeah,
it's like different areas are.
this is the first time that Danny stood this long on an Ike Diaz live. He's never been able to make it this long without getting his little feelings hurt.
Because your shit is boring. This is some boring stuff right now. Like, it's, my God.
Dude, this is not Barajas Brother TV and podcast, so don't talk stuff.
But anything would be more entertaining than this. This is boring. Let's talk about propaganda. Jesus, man, that sounds like some stuff we'd be talking about in an old folks home right before we die.
Dude,
they're not giving us our medication. They're saying that they're sending out all that propaganda.
Sister Helen, me and him talk about this every day. We have these conversations for hours, and he's saying he don't want to get on and talk about propaganda with us. So, you know, I just want to bring up the basic stuff with propaganda. Yeah, we could go back and forth where JFK signed propaganda agreements. Obama did. Trump did. The only white papers that are available that I know for a fact is Obama's. And I've tried to find Obama. I say words weird, so excuse my French, guys. The only way we could find Trump's paperwork is to find the links to it, and I've searched over and over. There's just too many videos, and I'm not going to keep going through it over and over. So propaganda is a big thing, and propaganda, for everybody who don't know, propaganda. Everybody here I know that's in
propaganda the is your newspaper, it's your news, it's media.
Listen, everybody here in the live stream, they know what propaganda is. Okay, so everybody who comes later, they don't know who propaganda is. So we are the people who need to help wake those people up so they understand that they're being used as an MK Ultra experiment with this propaganda, which they don't understand that that's what's going on. See, we all know that. Everybody. I can look at Susan. I can look at anybody here, and they understand that that they're being used as a weapon. They're being used as a weapon, and Sister Helen makes a great point. We have to stand up and we have to fight against this. And we've talked about the revolution. And right before we went on the air, what did I say about the revolution? About a person we listen to constantly. What did he say? It was too late for a revolution, and now he's saying that everybody's going into a revolution. So I'm a little confused there, Sister Helen. Could you give me a little bit before we go on that note?
Okay, again, I'm not sure what they mean by a revolution, because if you're going to have a revolution, you're going to overtake a government, and that means that you're going to have to take the place of a government. There's always going to be a government. Get the hell out of where you're on the seat of the government.
Okay. Is there anything else you can add to that? Because I'm listening to everything you're saying, but again, so my whole point is every president, every American president is basically along the lines have signed some kind of propaganda agreement, right? Is what we can all agree on. Am I going down the wrong lines with this? Am I speaking the wrong? Am I not speaking the right stuff with this?
There has probably been propaganda since they started the printing press.
Yeah. And if I could think of that general's name.
It doesn't matter how many presidents have reenacted it since then. It got enacted, period. When do they ever give rights back that they've taken away? They don't.
See, but people are I don't want to talk about people's education, but they don't use their education to do the research when people are really intelligent and they could do the research and they could figure this stuff out on their own, but they're not doing it. And I don't understand why these people are not doing this, because I talk about people in the FE community, and these people blow me away as far as intelligence. You know what I mean? My intelligence level is nothing compared to these people that are in the FE community. So if you got these people in the FE community, yeah,
that just means they're morons with a high grade. I call them high functioning retards. They sound like normal people. They look like normal people. Some of them are even rich, got jobs, got big old houses, make $1 million a year. But when you talk to them, you realize this is a high functioning retard.
Yeah, but then you take away that part of it, and you realize these guys are highly educated. That's what the point I'm trying to make across to you. And that's the same thing here with the propaganda. With the propaganda, people should be able to discern what's right and what's wrong with this propaganda, because everything they're doing to us right now is MK Ultra and propaganda, but people are so blind to the fact that they're not accepting it. And that's what there's been times where I've wanted to go on and I've wanted to go off about this stuff, but I've sat down and I've talked to Sister Helen, and she says, I'm glad you didn't do it. I'm like, I want to do like a 10-minute video just going off because I'm really upset at what they're doing. And I'm glad she's kind of pulled me aside and said, and I'm glad she's pulled me aside and said, I'm glad you didn't go ahead and make that decision and go off.
Never do an emotional online.
Because there were times when I was so worked up, so emotional, that I was going to do an emotional rant. And I'm glad I didn't, because I'm not that kind of person. You know what I mean? I'm really not that kind of person. Sister Susan McCormick just says that I believe the NWO is already in place. Most just don't know it. Yeah, they're in place. They're definitely in place. I know for a fact that just Colorado alone, we have 4 exits, and they're posted up in all the exits. They're blocking all the exits off. Why they're doing that, I have no clue. Why? I mean, I have a clue, but do they need to do that to us? No, because they have everybody under control. They have everybody programmed. Everybody's brainwashed. They have everybody under control. I had just recently talked to my cousin Danny here, and I said that there's family members and friends we're never going to be able to speak to again because they believe in all these lies and all this propaganda. Could you say anything about that, Danny?
No, man. No, man. It got me upset because they're retarded. There it is once again. They're high functioning retards. They think they know something about life, and they're truly lost. They're stuck in the system of Toys R Us, J.C. Penney's, whatever the television tells them. That's what they believe.
Right. I was thinking about that the other day. If it weren't for advertisements and everything, would people want or think that they want all of these things or think that they need all of these things? No, they wouldn't. They would just need what they need, clothes on their back, a roof over their head, and food to eat.
Yeah, and that's what the start of our conversation was. God gave us water.
Talking about with the MK Ultra. That's what it is in television nowadays. All these kids, the millennials, they're under MK Ultra. Everything they see and know and do and act is been programmed into them. Just like it's been programmed into them through the what they call music nowadays.
See, I don't want to get started on music because what gets me so upset is music is that all they do is tell people to go out and cheat, and it's okay to be immoral, and I that's why I don't listen to new music, because it's the devil's work, because the devil wants people to go out and to cheat on their husband and cheat on their wives. Yeah, I joke around on Facebook, but that don't mean that I'm in some kind of relationship that's you know what I mean. If I'm in that relationship, I'm gonna be sturdy with that relationship. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna deviate from what I'm trying to do with that relationship. But you listen to this new music, and this new music is telling people to go ahead and cheat. You know what I mean? It's disgusting.
I don't think I've listened to that kind of music since like 2013. When I first started seeing the symbolism.
That's why I like to listen to Tupac, because everything he says is relevant to what's going on nowadays.
I've got my Christian rap that I listen to, but
I do listen to Christian rap. There's you know a bunch of the Christian rappers I listen to, Helen.
I don't listen to Christian rap because I think they're full of crap. Hey, that rhyme. Hey, but they caught jamming.
Yeah, Danny, but you don't have a complete understanding of the awakening process yet, though, either. That's why you don't. There's Christian rappers that are full of crap, but there's Christian rappers that have a knowledge of the Bible.
But I think half of the Bible is crap too, because it was written by man. It was written by a man with 5 fingers, with 10 fingers and 10 toes. It was written by a man in the flesh.
And don't sit here saying, "Oh, the Bible was written by a Freemason." Blah blah blah. That every book has been written by a Freemason, so that's a bunch of bullshit. That's a bunch of bull. Excuse my French, guys. I didn't mean to cuss.
You're the one who said that.
No, the Bible. The Bible. You know, a lot of people say it's written by Freemasons. No, what people don't understand. Yes, this guy King James was a Freemason. But his son was the one that was in all the trouble, not King James.
It doesn't matter because there were 47 interpreters that did it. It's not. It was just done under King James. That's why he got the title.
Yeah,
It was,
the Bible's been interpreted so many different times through so many different people, through so many different other religions. It's ridiculous.
and
I love what Eddie Griffin says. He goes, "What do you need a book for? Why would God write a book a book? You don't need a book. The Bible is in your essence. It's in your soul. You innately know right from wrong. You're born automatically to know right from wrong, good and evil. You know, the Bible is written in your essence. You never needed a book to tell us who God was and what right from wrong is."
No, but it's good to have that guidance of a book because there's not
Guidance from another man, in flesh that bleeds like me.
There's not a book out there that says that gives you the guidance on life. There is not a book out there. There's not. The Bible is the closest thing that will give you guidance in life.
Yep, I'm sure the Pope would say the same thing.
Because the Pope's a whole different story that I don't get into.
Yeah, so they tell you they wrote the Bible so they could tell you how to control your life, tell you how to live your life, and they make you believe it. And they made thousands of generations believe it.
And I'm going to bring up a point that I've made several times, dude. I've talked to you about this. Hey, don't smoke that stuff on this channel, dog. That other channel, I don't mind, but don't smoke it on this channel. Anyway, dude. There is so many things that people don't understand, and I mention this over and over, and I hope this gets out. I hope this really gets out to the public because I really want people to understand this. I really want people to know that. Thank you, Sister Susan McCormick. That's awesome. I really want people to know this, and I talked about it with you. I talked about it with Sister Helen. I talked about it with several people. There is no, okay, we know there was technology. We know there was flying ships. We know there was this and that in the old days.
No, but we don't know this.
We don't. This is a theory. This is a thought because there's artifacts that have been found.
That isn't a theory. It's true. Ancient civilizations, advanced civilizations have happened so many times over and over and over. Everything under the sun's been done. Everything's been done before. This ain't nothing new.
But my point here, and I stick to this, and I tell everybody this. I say that there's no way that all these different continents, all these different religions could write about Jesus at the same time if there was no technology at that time. That's what I'm sticking to. That's why Jesus is real. That's why I pray to God through Jesus. That's the main reason. And I've said this over and over. Yeah, I'm a little stirred up tonight. Usually I'm really calm and relaxed about things, but
what Jesus meant by when he said is the way through God, the way to God is through me. they spoke in parables and proverbs and things. What he meant, it's like an MC. You should know that you were into hip hop.
Excuse me.
So you should know this, that they spoke in parables. You know, when Jesus said the way through God through me, is he meant by acting, by the way you act, by having love and compassion for your brother.
And we all do. We all treat people the way we want to be treated. I try to treat people the best way I could, even though I'm a jerk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he didn't mean that you got to pray to me so my father could hear you. I pray directly to God. You know, yeah, and if you're going to go by the way what the Bible says, God said it in the first book. God said, "I'm a jealous God. I'm a vengeful God. Don't put no other gods before me."
If Jesus wasn't real, I'm not saying Jesus is the God. I'm saying God above Jesus. I say I pray through Jesus to God.
Yeah,
what I'm trying to tell you that if Jesus was not a real man, a real person that walked this earth and did the things he did, all these continents, all these religions would never have wrote about him in their books. Why is that? Explain that to me.
No, Jesus was a real person, but I believe that Jesus came back more than once. Jesus was back. Jesus has been on this earth way before that. Way before that, he's came in many different forms, many different names. Jesus
okay, Sister Helen, you're there. Why would it come? Okay, he's saying that he came back many different times. I'm asking you, Sister Helen, why would it be all written at the same time? Could you explain that to me?
Because they're all repackaged religions.
These people had no communication with each other. How could this happen?
Because it's all the same religion. It's all you worship one God. We were created from Mother Earth, and there's always a mediator in all these different religions. Is that a coincidence, or has Christianity just been repackaged and suited to fit us?
You're exactly right, Miss Helen. Good way to put it.
I can't keep trying to get to him. He's all in this ancient flying ships and ancient internet and all this stuff. And it's like, how about it's all one God? And there seems to be a trinity in everything, even the ones who predate Christianity. So that's why I think that the whole different religion and different sectors and all that stuff is just a divisive technique. How about we just agree that there's one God and we worship him, and we take what we can from those people? And
exactly, that's the way we should do it, because we all get caught up. We all get caught up
in semantics.
We all get caught up in different names for God and different, names of religions, and we all get caught up. So people will go, "Oh, I believe in Allah." Well, I believe in God. Well, don't you know Allah is just a different name for God in a different language?
Right, exactly. And who's to say that? Oh, my book is the special book. I'm the special boy. My holy book is the right holy book. How about we just?
Hey, I'm not saying my book is the right holy book. I'm not saying that. I'm saying is that.
No, I understand you're not saying that, but that's what people are going through. And how about we leave out the details? We stick to the main messages that are in common, and we all get along. And love thy brother as you would love yourself.
That's where propaganda does come in. Religion styles and spits out a lot of propaganda. Catholic Church is one of the biggest.
Right, and it's amazing to me how there has been complete organized religions based off of a person who's completely against organized religion. Jesus didn't like the organized religion because they were watering it down. They were teaching doctrine and not scripture. He always resorted to the scripture because it's all in the scripture.
And one of the big things that's really stuck out to me is Jesus said that you don't have to worship in a church. You can worship. You don't have to. Worshiping is supposed to be done outdoors, and that's really gotten to me lately. You don't have to worship like everybody says. You have to worship in these churches. You have to send these tithes. No, you can worship outdoors, and you could praise your God. Your the way you see it. You don't have to do that. Christianity, on the analogy you described, has been repackaged wrong or represented wrong. That makes a lot of sense, Susan. Thank you. That makes a lot of sense. You know, I like to talk about scripture a lot, and excuse me, I'm drinking cherry Pepsi. Everybody could yell at me. Danny drinks cherry Pepsi too. Oh, I just ratted you out, Danny.
I smoked a lot of weed too. A lot of weed. And I see my hair popping out the side of my head and shit.
You're in Colorado, so I can't say nothing to you about that. So I'll just leave that alone, player.
Yep, it's legal like Amsterdam.
So real quick, though, a weird question for both of you guys. I didn't mean to get with you guys. I didn't, because you guys know, everybody knows, especially everybody who listens to the chats and the comments. I'm not a real emotional guy. I don't get upset about things, but I did get a little upset tonight because I'm so sick of what's going on with the propaganda that we're going through, the MK Ultra that they're trying to put on us, and people are not waking up to it. Like I said, we have family members that we're never going to speak to each other again. We have friends that we're never going to speak to each other again because they're not what we are. They're just not. Guys, we have to face it as men and women. We have to face it. I know it hurts. I know it hurt. It makes me cry sometimes because I have family members I want to see that I miss and I love, but they're never gonna accept the fact that I'm in the truth community. That I want to know the truth. That I want to know what's really going on in this world. You know what I mean? They're never gonna do that. They're never. And that just eats me apart, guys. That just eats me apart to know that. How do you guys feel about that, in all honesty?
What are we talking about?
I think you need to hurry up and get those tuning forks because you got some negative vibrations happening there.
No, I'm a really positive person. I've just been really negative about Virus 33, and I've talked to you about that before. That's why I don't want to bring any of that up. You know, I talked to you about it even before we went on the show. That's why a friend of ours I didn't want to bring on. You know what I mean? Yeah, I do want the tuning forks. Danny, after I try these tuning forks, man, I would recommend these for you, dude. And you let me know what you think about them, dude, because I think that it'll help you emotionally, physically, and mentally. You know what I mean? Something to look into. It's one of those things. I know in your head, if the doctors didn't tell me that it's not real. I know how you think.
No, you don't, man.
You're one of those lame-brain dudes.
These doctors nowadays. See, you're like totally wrong, bro. You need to get your crystal ball and start polishing it more.
Yeah, my crystal ball is golden, player. You know that, player. You know my crystal ball is golden. No, I do want to send some prayers out to everybody that's in the chat and everybody who supports us, because you guys are all amazing. And I thank everybody who's always here.
And go over to Barajas Brothers TV and podcast so you can hear my real opinion.
Yeah, we talk a little crazy stuff. Sister Helen knows.
See, I'm more Barajas Brothers TV and podcast. That's where I can express myself and tell the truth, because I do it in a comedic sense. You know, I make you smile about the world coming to an end, you being a slave without chains.
Yeah,
I make it more easy to live.
The world's coming to an end again. You got to be able to laugh at all this crap.
You do. You gotta laugh at it, man, because it's really funny. Because you got these old weirdos playing the old weird game.
You know, I do laugh about it a little bit, but I do get a little sad. I will admit, I do get hurt feelings over some things, guys. I will admit that. I will admit that totally, dude. I do get sad.
I don't blame you. It's a sad situation.
Because I want everybody to live in a peaceful, loving, caring life, but it's just not there no more. And
oh, you know what the Bears came up with?
What's that?
Don't take the blue pill. Don't take the red pill. Take the stead pill.
Take the what?
The stead pill, like homesteading.
Oh yeah, the homesteading.
So no more red pilling, no more black pilling. It's only stead pilling from here on out.
I always wanted to. Well, we're gonna homestead. We're going up there where you're at. So, and I think I'm just gonna go ahead and give me a fifth wheel and head out there to where you're at. The Everglades. We're going to the Everglades, Danny. If you want to roll, player.
No, we're not going to the Everglades. We're going to the Panhandle.
I always just say the Everglades. It's just something that goes through my head. I know it's the Panhandle.
The Everglades is downtown.
Yeah.
Now let's go live on Barajas Brothers TV and podcast.
I'm too tired for that, dude.
Oh man, you're a buster. See
we can do that. We can do that in the morning, dude. We always do Barajas Brothers TV and podcast.
No, but I'm high right now, and I want to talk about propaganda. I got some propaganda for that ass.
You want to talk about Little Pito Boy? That's what you want to talk about.
And you want to talk about Tupac? Deep down inside in his closet, he got some picture of Tupac.
No, Sister Helen.
What happened to him? What happened to him again, Ike? What happened to Tupac?
No, you guys can make fun of me about Tupac, but you know what? I accept the fact that my couple favorite rappers, Too Short and E40, same thing happened to them. So I accept that as a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, as a man, you accept that they got their booty popped. He's funny. Alan.
You're accepting as a man.
I love my cousin, man. He's funny.
Let me ask you this, Sister Helen. Did Tupac, did he or not take the Baphomet bath twice? Just answer the question, yes or no.
I have no idea because I'm not obsessed with him like that.
I can show you. I can show you the milk bath, and I can show you the.
Yeah, he got the posters. Look at Hey, do you know how he brought up the milk? He brought up the milk bath. He said, "Yeah, I was laying off of that milk."
the milk bath and the
looking
the
like
gold,
a little
the gold
Oreo.
When you had all them rich white guys standing around him just drooling.
You said, "Don't ever do that again."
Hey, I gotta be funny. I gotta work on my comedic skills still too.
He's got the picture as the wallpaper on his phone.
I know.
Shit, I would rather put MC Hammer on my phone because everybody says that was the realest fool out there, dog.
Oh Lord.
MC Hammer, and he made $33 million. What does that tell you right there?
He's got the milk bath as his wallpaper, and he's got the bath with him sitting in all gold as the spoon.
All right. I love you guys, man. We did almost 2 hours, man, and we had a really good live stream. I just hope they don't excuse my friends. I hope they don't get me, but
they won't.
It's all golden. It's all golden.
We're not cussing or nothing.
That's why I said the LGBT ABCDFGHIJK L M N O P. Because shout out to everybody who's still listening, man. I see 14 listening, so right on, guys. I appreciate it. You guys are amazing for always sitting here supporting us, man. And please come over to Barajas Brothers TV and podcast and support us. We have like 2 listeners every time. It's Sister Helen, I think, the whole time.
Because Ike Dog secretly loves Tupac.
Yeah, sure, dude. I like some of his music. Don't get me wrong.
Dude, you listen to his music, man. He tells the truth about the shit that's going on nowadays. The stuff.
Yeah, sure does, dude. Sure does. I'll say that.
You're a fool.
I'm a fool with it, laced up and cool with it. Went to school with it. You know what I'm saying, man?
I'm a fool with it. I'm pretty blue with it. I'm cool with it.
Man, I'm listening to that E40, what you call it, bro? And Vlad, he is really uneducated, bro. Like, I don't really like to talk about people's education level because I'm not the smartest person in the world. Hey, Susan, thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate it. Have a blessed night. We'll talk soon. We're trying to go every 2 weeks, me and Sister Helen. So if you can, check us out every 2 weeks. But I really appreciate she just posted that she was gonna close it out for the night. We did almost 2 hours, so we did pretty awesome. Danny, do you have anything you want to close out the night with?
Yeah, go to Barajas Brothers TV and podcast and check that out because that's what's live. You could hear the truth. You could hear it. And plus, it's funny. You can hear the truth in a funny way where you could actually feel good inside and laugh, and enjoy yourself. And because it ain't always about comedy. We just tell the truth. That's where you could hear the truth. And, we don't have to be censored.
Yeah.
Very much.
Right now, we don't have to be. But I'm going to go ahead and Sister Helen, do you have anything you want to close us out with? Because I'm wiped out.
No, just every time we mention Tupac, I always
Sister Helen, get him. Get him.
If I don't want to say it on the air, but if we were off the air, I would tell you Tupac was
he really loves Tupac. Deep down inside, he loves Tupac. Tupac is like his biggest hero and fan.
He loves Tupac in a bathtub, that's for sure.
He took the Baphomet bath. That's for dang sure. That's why I gotta stick to my Bible because I'm not messing with none of that stuff. I'm not. Yeah, I may joke around, go borderline with our comic stuff, but I'm never gonna do that, bro. I promise with everything I got.
Nah, because imagine having you all butt naked in a milk bath.
I know, all 300 pounds of me. All the women be like, "Yeah, he is fine." All the women be like, "Oh man, we love that Ike Dog." I know, I gotta be careful.
There wouldn't be any room for the milk.
There wouldn't be any room for the milk. Sister Helen. All right, I love you both. Have a great night.
Love you too, brother. We love you too, man.
Well, let's try to shoot a Barajas Brothers tomorrow in the morning, all right?
Oh, man, don't be a buster.
I'll do what I can. I love you. I love you, Sister Helen. I love you, Dan. Talk to you later.
Helen.
Bye. High vibration.
Have great dreams of Tupac, Ike.
Later, guys.